This is your host, Miss B, and I am streaming live from Southern California on WGHP 102.4 FM. And I'm excited today because I have a guest joining me all the way from Detroit, Michigan. Her name is DAUN Green, and she's doing some fabulous things. If y'all haven't seen her or heard about her, I want you to get to know her right now. She's on Facebook, and she's doing a virtual fashion show. Y'all hear me? A virtual fashion show. Dawn, tell everybody what sparked you to do this and how did you get started?
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I love that intro that you just gave me to Miss B. Well, what sparked me to do the virtual fashion show, What's Next DTD, we did a series of different pop-up fashion shows previously before the pandemic. And I wanted to do something for the fashion lovers who have been following us and who love to attend the show. So we wanted to do something that uplifted our black men as well as our black women during this time. And within the fashion show is predominantly all black male models as well as black women who are models as well. The designers who are in the show, Kay Walker, Creole by Keka, Barbie, Costumes by Barbie, and a designer named Laura that's also featured in the fashion show. All the designers are not black, but however, they were definitely down for the cause to uplift our black male models as well as our female models, because black male models here in the city of Detroit and just male models here in Detroit do not get a lot of recognition. So I definitely wanted to roll something out for them before we wrapped up 2020.
And you know, another thing that was unique about your fashion show, it featured all the highlights of Detroit. Where were some of the places you guys shot?
We shot downtown. We have what we call the new downtown. So Woodward, down there over by the Nike store. We use that as the area as well as the African Museum. And we also use the Russell Industrial Building in GM. Ren Center. We use those locations for the virtual fashion show as well as an oversight of Detroit, because we just wanted to give something for people who were local that watched and was like, dang, they picked that location. That's amazing. And then if you lived out of state, like such yourself, and you saw it, you was like, damn, I miss home, but this is dope. And we also featured one of our beats that we love, Godzilla, for one of the designers too, where we jit. That's a culture thing that we do here in Detroit. So we definitely wanted to showcase that part too.
Yeah, you know, I know about that jitting.
Man, let me tell you, it's something amazing. All I know is how to do the hand movements.
So yeah, that's what. You know what? You guys have actually sparked my interest. You caught my eye because when it went live on social media, I said, man, they are doing such an excellent and a great job. That's what made me, want to reach out and get you on the show. So tell everybody who has not seen this fashion show where they can find it.
You can find it. I post the link daily on my Facebook page, Dawn Green, DAUN, but also on Instagram, Dusk Till Dawn LLC, and it's DUSKTILDAUN LLC on Instagram, and I have the link right there in the bio, and you could just click on there, and it's 20 minutes of a good time of historic history from the city of Detroit. We are the culture norm, and we always do set the trends. Little do people know, but we do in the city of Detroit, because Miss B, when you walk in a room, you stick out like a sore thumb, and they ask you, like, where are you from? And you all the way in Cali. Like,
yes, they know to this day I'm not from here.
It's something about our Detroit style that just literally sticks out, our swag, and so I just wanted to show that in the poem Ari Lane that wrote for the intro with the Negro hymn at the beginning. It speaks volumes, and for anybody who watches from Detroit, they're like, yeah, that's us all day.
And you know what? So for someone who may be watching and paying attention and they want to be a part of this, what can they do? How can they audition?
They can audition by simply following us on Instagram, Dusk Till Dawn LLC, as well as our other Instagram page for the fashion shows, our production company is called What's Next DTD, and you can just email us the headshots of your runway walk, as well videotape your runway walk, and from there we'll have that information on file, and when we're ready to cast, we'll post and we'll say, hey, we're about to cast for our next fashion show. Make sure to click the link in the bio, send us all your information, and from there, we'll send it out to whomever the designers are. Because one thing about our What's Next DTD virtual fashion show that we just did, as well as any other fashion shows, anybody that's a part of it knows about it before the public knows. So we want to make sure that everyone who is a model or a designer that comes on board is ready for that particular date that we choose to do the fashion show, so that we can just roll out with it for promo and promote the models properly, as well as the designers.
And you guys are also doing something else excellent within the city of Detroit, which is some podcasting yourself. Tell us a little bit about your podcast, where they can listen and tune in for that.
Well, you can listen to our podcast. One of that I am a part of is WTF Podcast, where I'm 1/3 of the show, 1/4 to be exact. Oh, wait, yeah, 1/4 because it's 3 guys and I'm the only girl. Okay. But that's a conspiracy theory podcast where we discuss government issues, things that are taking place within the government. For instance, like Jeffrey Epstein. We talk about COVID, the vaccine that's out. We discuss the presidential debates that just took place. And we also talk about the latest, hottest tracks that are local that just came out, as well as international artists too. And we just literally take our listeners down a rabbit hole and open their minds to think outside of their box, right?
Right.
And the other one that I am the host of, which is Heels and Pantyhose. Now that we have your attention, let's talk about fashion and business. And that's where it's just a table discussion where I'm grateful for the people who are keeping my company and have a table to sit at, and the listeners learn something. As a woman entrepreneur, you have multiple people who you run into, and you be like, dang, I wish other people could listen to it, to our conversation. That's when I came up with Heels and Pantyhose podcast, and I asked all my closest female friends to come on and be a co-host, and we just picked different subjects to talk about, from event planning to mental health.
Nice.
Literally a broad expansion of different conversations. And then the current edition for season 2 is Suit and Tie, where it's male friends of mine as well as relatives who are coming on, just discussing different topics. For instance, if you vote and you don't vote, I had 2 cousins, one who votes and one who doesn't vote, and they stood their ground on their reasons of why they didn't vote and why they did vote. And then my uncle, who was recently on, he's a Vietnam vet, and we discussed what it was like to be a black man in Vietnam.
Nice. And, I commend you. It sounds like something that I definitely want to be a part of and be on your show. So you got to invite me out. Hey, but listen, so you are a woman of many hats. Tell everybody, because as I watch you and as I pay attention, I see that you're a model, but you're also doing a little bit more. What is it? What all do you do? Tell us your role in everything.
I model. I am an image curator because I literally have my hands in everything, from doing fashion show production, wardrobe styling, being a wardrobe stylist on movie sets, indie films, which is independent films, and then doing things behind concerts and helping styling artists who are about to go on tour. And then I help designers come out with their next collection for the next fall or spring year. And so literally Dusk Till Dawn hand is in a little bit of everything. And that just shows how much I love fashion, how much I'm passionate about the fashion industry here in the city of Detroit. And I also do fashion competition, Detroit is Your Couture, where I am 1/3 of that entity, where we send fabrics to different designers and we pick a theme. For instance, one of our themes were Little Black Dress, and we sent out this very authentic fabric, black material. We sent out the thread, the needles, everything that you needed, and we just said, hey, you have to make us a little black dress. And when you make us this little black dress, we post it on our social media content, as well as you can do so yourself. And everybody has to vote on this dress. And when you win the competition, we provide you with a photo shoot. We provide you with an interview. We provide you with your items being sold into a boutique. So it's something that always happens every month. And we just took our break. So we're back up and running for 2021 come the end of January. And we'll talk about that in January.
Well, you know what? I commend you and your team. Like I said, I'm watching on, and you guys are doing fabulous. You're doing great. Anybody you want to say thank you to? Anybody you want to shout out in particular for the listeners who may be tuning in right now? I got Dawn Green from Detroit, Michigan. She's doing some amazing things. Y'all got to check her out. Anybody you want to say thanks to or hi?
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely, I want to say shout out to Jesus Christ. I appreciate you. All the opportunities that I've been able to have is because of him. I want to say thank you to my mama. Thank you to you, Miss B, for the opportunity to be on the air with you today, because I ain't never been to Cali. So this is as close as I'm going to get.
Girl, you gonna come on out here now. I'm telling you, I'm going to work with you, and we're going to do some things like even out here in California, and I'm going to come to Detroit.
Wait. I cannot wait, because y'all moving, and Big Rich done shut us down, so we scared to move outside of the city of Detroit right now. But I definitely want to shout out BZ, Ring, A-Line, Cinema, BZ Jones. Definitely those two men keep me working always as being a wardrobe stylist for all the movies that I have had the opportunity to work on. For instance, Wait, WEIGHT, make sure you check that out on Amazon Prime or Tubi. And Child Support, awesome, Code of Thieves. And then we also just finished wrapping Narc not too long ago. And we have Jamal Willard in that movie. And that's the old boy who played Biggie. He's in that movie. He came in from the D. The movie is amazing. Tristan, that's my brother from another mister, for sure. Like, he's in it as well. And Tristan, one thing I love about our independent films is that we try to make sure we work with the same actors, but we challenge them within the roles that they take on. And you'll see the growth from Wait to Child Support to Code of Thieves. You'll see, and it's a family, you know, but they do have to audition for every role because it's a different writer who writes the script. So they cast who plays what. Right? Which is amazing. Shout out to my team that I'm a part of for What's Next DTD. It's a pleasure to work with everybody from our beauty lead, B. Simone, to our hair lead, to Neil, to the event coordinator, my sister from another Mr. Renee. That's my bestie. I love her to life. Shout out to all my cousins who are getting married next year, and I am the maid of honor in their wedding. So we will not be doing such a big production for What's Next DTD because maid of honor duties do call. So shout out to Lexi and Allie and to the men who are smart enough to put a ring on those women's fingers.
Yeah, congratulations, y'all. And what up, though?
What up, though? And just thank you to all the models, all the designers who I've had the opportunity to work with. It's been a pleasure, and I just am very appreciative to whomever has clicked the link to watch What's Next DTD Virtual Fashion Show, which is the Detroit Culture Fashion Show, which is the new norm.
And hey, I just commend you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep going. Keep pushing. 2021, I'm quite sure it's going to be fabulous. Don't let nothing stop or hold you back. And what I love about your group is that you've become more innovative. You've gotten more creative and adapted to the new times that we're dealing with. And your virtual fashion show is amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing what's up next. You keep pushing, Dawn. And thank you so much for being a guest on the Let's Talk About It show with Miss B. Y'all check her out. She's an amazing woman, and her group is amazing as well. Shout out to Detroit for an excellent job.
We appreciate you. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate your time, man. I'm going to let you go. And
Okay.
I'm going to be sure to be looking out for your next project.
Okay. Much love, peace, and light.
All right. Bye.
All right, bye.
And once again, that was my guest, DAUN Green from Detroit, Michigan.